Good evening, everyone. Smooth as silk. We've got new software, so forgive us if this is a bit of a disaster. But welcome to the Manchester United agenda. We've just lost 1-0 to Chelsea, but the good news is I'm joined by Dora, Tyrone, and Mr. B's fridge. So, Dora, how are you?
I've been good. I am still, questioning myself. Why am I even watching United at this point in time? It's a chore. Today it was once again. I like to talk about United with you guys, so maybe that's why I'm watching it. I don't know. Maybe I'm an addict for bad football these days. So I've been good. Thank you for asking.
Tyrone, how are you, my friend? Is it the real Tyrone?
Yeah, it is. And you can tell Andrew it's me as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing how bad the game was tonight. Luckily, I didn't have to suffer through watching it. So.
All right, well, can't wait for your input. Mr. B, you've been an absolute superstar today, helping everyone set up this new look show. How are you?
I'm tired. I'm tired of the day and Man United. We've got one game. It's glory or bust. I didn't expect us to win today, but you just maybe you kind of hope that something's gonna magically click. Just it's the same culprits. It's the same headaches. It's the same players who are maybe proving themselves to Amarin. It's the same players who are letting themselves. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. I didn't get anything. I didn't see anything that I didn't expect today. We got a Watless man at the back. We got Watless man up front. We got Watless man in midfield. Just tired.
What does Watless mean?
Hopeless. It means
hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopeless.
Right. Thanks. All right. I'm gonna run through some. I thought it meant it had something to do with energy, like volts and things. Right. We're gonna run through some comments. Okay, it's working. Right. Bar, the first comment of the evening. We've got Bilal. It doesn't show your mod badge. Let me know if you're still a mod. Bad game, but I've seen worse. We've got the grandfather of the agenda. It's Solo. I hope you're proud of us, Solo, because Mr. B has done well today. Anyone come and tell me Bruno played well? Can we win it? It's Bruno was the man. We lose.
Oh my God, is BT okay? What happened?
Okay, so we're back.
We're back. Something crashed for me. And the good news is I can show and I can see the comments. That was my computer with an error. I'm sorry about that. Right. Patrick Pillow. Everyone looks healthy, but nothing new. 18 league defeats is absolutely diabolical.
Those figures, man.
I know. All right, let's get through the comments before we talk about the figures. Alan Harris, Mr. Harris, I haven't seen you before. It's lovely for you to be here. I hope you're related to Chopper. So bad it's not acceptable anymore from that bunch. So I wasted an hour and a half of my night watching these clowns. Stephanie Griffiths. Yeah, 18. One more game to go to make it 50% defeats. Jesus.
Shocking, isn't it?
Okay, bye-bye, Mr. B. Maguire for the striker role for the final. Maybe. The better team won. You're an imposter, Tyrone. And where can I become a mod for you? Shut up. Right. Good evening to you, Chat Sport. Okay, first of all, Tyrone, we haven't seen you for a while. So I'd like to ask you, like, where you sort of stand on Amrin at the moment, considering what Steph said about 18 losses, and Farm said it as well. 18 losses. If we lose against Aston Villa, that'll be 50% of the games lost.
I'm not going to come on here and say that I want Amorim out, but at the same time, if Ineos are actually going to consider bringing someone else in, I can't actually argue with it, because the amount of games we've lost since he's come in has been diabolical. It's been really bad. What I want to do is I want to give him another season to get his players in. Once he's had his players in, we'll see how good his system really is. But I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of his system.
What in particular you don't like about it? Is it the attack? Is it the way we set up for the attack? Is it the defense? What do you feel lacks in his system?
I think when you have three at the back rather than a back four, I think you're taking away an extra midfielder. I've always been a fan of three midfielders and a back four, because I think it gives you more when you've got the ball and when you're in attack. I find three at the back quite negative. I don't want to see a back five at Man United. It's not really our identity. So, yeah, I'm not going to change my stance on that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good.
If you can hear me, I'm having some slight issues where I can't hear the sound from any of you two speaking. I'm assuming, like, if you can nod, Dora, that you've been chatting to each other. Okay, good. This is going to be quite incredible improvisation. Right, I think, Dora, what I'd like to start you off on is Erasmus today. I saw Amrin glaring at him. And also, he managed to undress a man like quicker than I've ever seen. It was unreal. So if you could tell us about that, I'll try and get the sound back.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all know he is poor. Like the way he performed today was probably one of the worst performances I saw from him this season, which says a lot with the way how he performed. Tosin and Colville and any defender from Chelsea, they manhandled him. He is, he costs 70 million. I don't know what the board saw in him to pay that much money for him. Atalanta is laughing their ass off, and they are probably going to try and give us Ederson for maybe 100 million euros, because why not? For chuckles, we bought a dud for 70 million. Even the plays that they obviously worked on a training ground, like he couldn't even execute that. So obviously the play was this long ball to him. He tries to get it. He tries to get it right. The ball gets to him with the back to his goal, and he needs to just leave the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who is going to, go for the long balls to the runners. In today's game, that was Mason Mount and Amad Diallo. He couldn't even do that. The ball was bouncing off him as he was, it was bouncing off him as he was a ball, as he was a wood. I'm not sure. I mean, what to say? Like at one point, even Amorim, like he tried to go for Ahmad. I don't know what was that, what he tried there, but he tried to pass it to Ahmad on the flank with his back to the goal, and that ball killed someone on our bench. And Amorim is like, doing this, like if I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to sound like I'm beyond frustrated right now. I'm very angry at seeing him even on the pitch right now, because I assure you, I think we can do better with someone else there.
Yeah, but who though? The problem we've got, Dora, I get your point. Is we don't have Xerxes. We don't have. There's nobody else. I mean, he could try Garnacho. Maybe maybe Garnacho would do the running around, but can you trust Garnacho to be in those positions? I just he's got 90 minutes to kind of maybe try and keep him sweet. The last game of the season, he doesn't have to play it. He doesn't have to be there to be played.
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen because I'm sick and tired of him. Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to finish this
No, it's fine.
thought,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I will go on. Like, I don't know who told this guy to play football in his life, and I don't want to sound rude. I don't want to sound like oh my god, she's sitting on her chair in some third world country or whatever, commentating on his talent. Like, first of all, I just feel like someone lied to him. Maybe he's Danish. Maybe he should have gone for handball. That's a cool sport. I love handball. National sport in Croatia. Like, just go there. Don't play football. Honestly, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have the technique. He doesn't have the intelligence. He doesn't have anything to be a striker in any top 5 leagues currently right now. And now we, as you, Mr. B, said, we are now, forced. We are forced to play him because we don't have anyone else. Like, if I'm Amorim and I've been watching him for months in that starting 11 spot, I would look for alternatives. And I know he tried. He tried Kobe. He tried, I think, Bruno at one point as well. But try more. Honestly, just try more. Today he only put the team on the back foot with his decision making. Even when there was a chance for him to either shoot or give it to his teammates, he fumbled it. I was shocked.
He's not confident.
It's not, but Tyrone, I get the confidence thing, but do you feel like he's a good, like he isn't? Like, I don't even think he was a good footballer when he scored that 16 goals, honestly. I was very suspicious of his
I've not seen any
technique.
qualities. He's not a Man United striker. But then it's just, when you look at all the players we've signed since Alex Ferguson's left, it's just another example of a poor signing. We spent 72 million on someone who's
he could be the worst.
Improving.
Tyrone, he actually could be. Forget about price. Just forget about price, because I think if he was a youth product, he wouldn't be anywhere near the first team. If he had come through our ranks, there's so much holes to his game. I don't think he gets in.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think. Today, I mean, who was the centre back who held him? Who was the tall centre back who plays for Chelsea? That begin with A.
Tosin.
No, was it? No, not Tosin. It wasn't Tosin. The guy who elbowed him in his face.
Yeah, it's a hard name to pronounce. It's like Adibeche or.
Where's he come from?
He's from the youth setup. He's very highly rated.
Fucking hell, man! I mean, he had Rasmus on toast today, and Rasmus is supposed to be a full international.
And
he's playing for Denmark.
There was one moment in the match, Mr. B, in the first half, where the ball got played up to Rasmus. There was no one marking him for some reason. He miscontrolled it with no pressure on him. And then Caicedo gave it back and we went on a move. And I remember thinking, like, he's so poor. I can remember, like, Bruno giving him a look during the game of just contempt, to be honest. And I felt that Maguire did the same to Onana as well. Do you remember when I think it was Kukurea booted the ball from miles and it went out and we could have taken a quick goal kick and Onana did a rain dance instead of doing it quickly and then we lost possession.
Yeah, he time wasted the 30th minute of the game.
I think that, like, today, what you saw was the kind of Ollie players like Lindelof, Shaw, Maguire, Bruno, all looking levels above the new guard that came in, and like some of them are not particular. Some of them are not great players. I felt that Maz got a real doing today from Madueke.
I'm surprised. I'll be honest. I'm surprised he played. He's been on the red zone for ages. I'm really surprised that he played today. I didn't expect him to see him on the pitch.
I mean, like they're well in sports science, the Portuguese, and Amrin. Like we always kind of feel that he's got his subs done and things. So I I don't know what we're gonna do, because also that team for 20 minutes had fight, and I was really pleased with what I was seeing. In particular, Mason Mount and Bruno competing for everything, fired up. It looked like a good old-fashioned Premier League game from 5 or 6 years ago, like really enjoyable. And then the life went out of them. There's
but I
something.
mean, maybe there's only a certain amount they can do. Those two, I always feel that Amarin likes what they both give. Not a problem, but behind them and ahead of them, I mean, Casemiro, God bless Casemiro, he was invisible today. I just, I just, I just, I just,
I don't like
we've seen,
going on.
we've
Sorry to
seen,
interrupt, Mr. Big.
yeah.
Now go on.
No, I'm just saying we've seen it so much times. It's now, like it. Losing's not supposed to not hurt. It's just the same old, same old, same old. Just I don't know what changes. I mean, this season's done. There's one more game for this season, and then it's finished. But
Yeah,
I look
I'm
at
surprised that Solo's upset, Mr. B, because I'm past that point. I'm apathetic to it now. We've been so bad all season. I can't even get angry at these guys anymore. I knew we were going to lose today's game. I knew it. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but it's the lack of effort, Tyrone.
Yeah, but we say the same thing every week, guys. That's the thing.
Yeah, but why? Because it's not. It's like Ahmad was invisible for a lot of the game and didn't put enough running about. Ugarte came on and he was bloody dreadful on their goal, like a complete misunderstanding of what to be doing. And it was there were some players that you got the impression, right, they're not having the best game, but they're getting involved and they're trying to do things. But the rest of them, it's they don't care, and they've got the best away support in the country.
Did you hear them today? Did you hear the fans today?
They're wild.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Chelsea fans are one of the worst in the league. By Chelsea. Like it felt like I was watching a play and they were playing in the middle of the theater. I'm not even joking. Like that was like for someone for a club that is chasing the Champions League, right? They're playing for something. They were quite quiet. Like I've been hearing United fans, chanting all through the game, and it's sad, right? It's sad. You see people, supporting them, and then this is my question for you guys. Like we can all agree, first half looked much better, right? What was the team talk at the halftime to see them just, fall apart? Like I'm not sure what was the talks for that, for our energy and the playing style or whatever, suddenly dropping off that much. Like, what do you think about it?
I think he's probably sort of spent all his bombs, as it were. Like the one thing that concerned me about Amrin is he went super hard at the beginning. Like he broke a telly, he locked them in, he kicked Garnacho out of the squad, he kicked Rashford out of the squad, he sent players out on loan. What's he got left to kind of shock the players out of their apathy? Not a lot, really. So, I mean, I don't know about you, Tyrone, but I wouldn't even want to look at them, to be honest, in the dressing room. Like there were cutaways to Amrin during the game, particularly where Amad Diallo dived, and he was just laughing at them. Yeah. I'm so concerned about the direction of the football club at the moment because it's beyond a piss take. If that was a dog, you'd shake its paw, say thank you very much, you're a good boy, and then have it put down.
You know what's really crazy, Bath time? I look at Man United and I look at someone like Ahmad, and I rave about him. I think, he's such a quality player. But the only reason I rave about him is because of how bad we are. He's really nothing special when you consider some of the wide plays we've had in the past.
I agree.
These guys are bang average, man. They are bang average.
Yeah. Well, they're not bang average because we've been 10th. Like if they were bang average, like they're poor Premier League players.
They are.
And it's like, but you also have to question the manager, because for their goal, Caicedo had too much space to play a switch pass, and then like players have to run out to mark the guy who was on the ball, and they knock it back into more space, and Reece James is able to do sort of a bit of ballet before he swings it in, and like Mazraoui is done all ends up because there's not enough pressure on the ball. And I think he's got to take some blame for it, because they're crap players, but I feel that they're being made even worse by this system.
I don't like the system at all. I think it's negative.
I don't think it's going to work.
Okay.
Even with the players, if he somehow gets some of the players that he wants, like, can you see next season, us being, us talking about the system being poor? Like, this is where I'm with Tyrone on, like, I think he needs to get a chance to get his players in. But the question is, even if he gets what he wants, will that work in the end? Because it doesn't look good.
I don't know if Cameron's got the experience for the job. I think he's come to United at the wrong time, in my opinion.
So Andrew Villa-Boas, isn't that? He's come too early.
He's too young.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I believe anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm getting.
So you're here for your opinions, Tyrone.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to put caveats in.
Yeah.
I look, in my heart of hearts, I don't think that Amrin can be a success. Like, I want him to be. I want him to win over the players, as it were. But I kind of like agree with Tyrone about this sort of sense of immaturity. I feel he's run out of ideas of how to deal with this collection of players. I'm not like, the thing about the system is it's so much running, and it demands that you win 1v1 battles against your man. And unless you've recruited for that, the way Newcastle have, for example, the way that Liverpool have, it's not going to go well for you. And I feel that you need pragmatism and so on. But at the same time, how can you look at Rasmus and look at Onana? I mean, like, Onana tonight, when he lucky that was offside and that Enzo isn't.
You know what? I'm so glad. I'm sorry, right? If you can make a save and the angle of the ball drops there as a professional, I was in total disbelief. And they didn't even say anything. They didn't say anything on the TV. It's like, I'm thinking, hold on. If my Saturday goalie did that, I'm fuming. Because he could have parried it out in the direction that it was still going in. But he kind of stopped it and dropped it in front. I'm thinking, is this guy on crack?
He's terrible. He's a terrible goalkeeper.
Oh, Lord have mercy, man. He's terrible.
I cannot believe that Inter Milan rinsed us and they bought Jan Sommer, who was, like, I remember that summer, and I'm like, oh my God, Jan Sommer. He maybe is a bit undersized, but that doesn't matter. He's great on the ball. He's a very good goalkeeper. Like, I don't think we need world class. And then we get Andrew Onana, and he's absolutely shocking of a goalkeeper. Like, I'm in misery. I'm in misery.
They signed him off the back of one good final, Dora. That was it. They signed him.
Did you know it was 6 months, Tyrone?
Pardon?
Do you know he was at Inter for 6 months?
Yeah.
He came off a drugs ban.
He had loads of mistakes for Inter and Ajax already.
And they had him for 6 months, sold him for 50 million, got Jan Sommer in. And who are the idiots in all of this?
United.
Point to yourself, because it's us.
Well, do you remember the story of, they wanted to get rid of Onana, and I think our board inquired, and they said, look, we can give it to you for 15, 20 mil. And then the board said, look, here is 50 million euros. And Inter, yeah, that's the story. And they were like, oh, great, amazing. he's yours. And then I think they had a massive party after it. You know, the board member, like
with Fred, wasn't it? When Fred got signed for Shakhtar Donetsk, like they went and bought, like they went and had a night out and bought loads of champagne.
Seriously, I think that's actually true, because you know, like they wanted to. I think even our commentator talked about it in our, you know, during Croatian broadcast during one of the United games. Like, I think there is, you know. There is some truth in it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if United, like, you know, you know, we have money, we have this, we have that in your job, and then they, after it, they laughed like no one else. But yeah, he's a poor goalkeeper. Like, we need to invest in another goalkeeper. Like, from where?
I take one off the street at the moment, to be honest. It can't do any worse. But look, Tyrone, and also to Dora and Mr. B. Canny, shout out Canny. Look at our sexy new setup on Restream. We need to give him 3 players before we can judge him.
Okay.
I disagree with that. Like, well, actually, says it's unfair to judge him. Look, you're going to be judged from day one as a Manchester United manager, in my opinion. But Mr. B, what do you think about that statement?
You know, to a certain extent, I think he's probably right. If he gets a striker he wants, we no longer have to deal with -9. If he gets the central midfielder he wants, so Bruno can actually play in the position that Bruno's supposed to be playing in, Bruno's a 10. Let's be honest, Bruno's a 10. So he gets a position there, and whether he gets another central midfielder or the right wing back, then yeah, I would like to think that the team improves enough to. I say that I'm forever the optimist. No, fucking not. That's a lie. I'm not forever the optimist. But like you, I want him to succeed. So yeah, give him 3 or 4 players that he wants, and then we see where it goes. But I'm like you at the moment, Bath Time. I was excited when he came in because all the rival fans were upset.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that the 3-4, whatever formation he's playing, the players couldn't adapt. Because remember, we were talking about international football and then playing under different managers and learning to play different styles and stuff. So I didn't think it would have affected it that much. These players are hopeless. We know that already. We've seen it for the last 10 years, 13 years, really. So to expect them to be anything other than bang average or disappointing, bar a few, maybe we're being a bit naive, maybe.
I think his system is more suited to Europe, where you've got to be more cagey and it's a bit more defensive.
So what happens when we play Chelsea? I mean, what happens when we play Tottenham? We're in a European competition, but
it's going to be a different game. It's going to, you know, Spurs are on the verge of winning like a trophy, so it's not going to be. They're not going to be going hammer and tongue from the first minute. It's going to be cagey early on. So
I don't know, Tyrone. Like, they do just tend to play one way, and what we have in our favour is basically that we played in 5 finals in 5 or 6 years. And we've got very experienced like players in Casemiro and Bruno and Maguire, like who have been at the top end, and they don't. So I think like they'll probably beat themselves rather than we beat them, as it were. But I just want to pick you up on one thing, Mr. B, is that you, like me, kind of, we want the best Manchester United, we want Amrin to succeed, but deep down, we don't think he can. Should we back him?
Yeah, you have to back him. Yeah, 100%. I don't. Yeah, 100%. I don't feel that. That hasn't even come into my mind. Yeah, they have to back him. He never had no preseason. They took him out when we already knew the team was shit. You know, he's been given one player, a 20-year-old who can't cross. Well, this may be his decision. I mean, he can't cross. I mean, today he had so much opportunities to put a half decent ball in. He either floated it or it went out of play.
Yeah.
And the one time he probably should have shot, he decided to cross it. So, you know, he hasn't been given anything. And we know these players are trash. We know these players are trash. You know, what are they doing? Are they waiting for him to get sacked so they can sack him? No, man, get rid of them. All these players who aren't supposed, get rid of, just let them go. Let them go.
All right. Well, we've got 16 people watching, which is very, very nice. Oh, we've got 19 actually. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and also turning on notifications, because I'm gonna shock you, but we're not the best organised at the moment. So shows can just happen, and we might even be exploring some Twitter Spaces if that excites any of you. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Ed Marshall, who came on a couple of weeks ago and told us about Cunha's walking. It looks like Cunha is done, to be honest, as a deal, from what Fabrizio Romano was saying, and will most likely either be the sweetener or the silver lining after the Europa League final. So maybe some good news. And shout out to Jordan Hyman. I believe I've seen you on Luca's channel. Maybe it's different, Jordan, but you're very welcome. I hope you're doing well. As is Simon Warner, who's just popped in from the pub. I'd have just stayed, Simon. Have a lock in.
Should have stayed. Should have stayed longer, Simon. Should have stayed longer, mate.
Right, Dora. Where are you kind of standing on like let's say we back Amrin and we sell a Kobe or a Garnacho, and I was very disappointed Kobe was a late sub. He's one of the only players with quality, and I like watching him. But where do you stand, like, on giving Amrin a bag of cash and saying, like, getting 2 or 3 players to fit this system?
As I said, like as Mr. B mentioned, like I think he came in in a very, very difficult situation. Like he came after one manager got sacked. He was supposed to manage the team of his players, and it's obvious that he doesn't trust half of them, but he still plays them because, well, he feels like he needs to. I think he needs to get few players. Now, I'm not sure about, like, Cunha is obviously his wish because we are trying to sign him. He obviously wants that kind of a player that runs into the box, that scores and assists and he's like a playmaker or whatever. I just need him to sign players that he knows that are going to be good in the Premier League. The good thing is Cunha is already a Premier League player, which is thumbs up for me. But yeah, I think that we need to give him a chance. Now, people are going to say, second, blah, blah. Who do we get currently? Like, who do we get? So now we signed a promising young manager who left his team in Portugal and, came to United without, like, he signed Dorgo, I would say, in January, nothing else. Who would you bring in after Amorim? And like that's my question, right? That's my question for everyone else. But yeah, I think it would be too harsh to sack him. But at the same time, I think that he needs to prove himself. I don't think he showcased that he can be a very good Premier League manager. Like, okay, we've beaten City, but everyone else beaten City. They are 7th. They are clearly vulnerable. We had some decent performances against bigger, big 6 teams, I would say. But on the other hand, we lost to Spurs 3 times this season. So it's very inconsistent, very, very up and down. And I think he needs to find that balance in the team and the way he sets up the teams. If he cannot do it, like I expect, like the club won't keep him if he continues to play like this, and we end up once again below 10th place. I think for the next season, I don't care about Europe necessarily. I just need this team to get above 10th place. That's how bad it is. Like when I'm saying that, I just need this team to get back, um, up on the table, and for us to not be a below average relegation team, because this is a disaster, absolute disaster. And if we cannot do it, if I see the same shit after 15 games, I will be Amorim out. I guarantee you, I will be on this channel and I will say, Amorim out. I've seen enough.
Well, he's got 10. He's got 10 games after the transfer window, or I think he's in trouble. Andrew. Also, shout out to RDS. I like your anime profile picture. I hope that you're doing well. Andrew says Poch would be someone to get in. Ancelotti as well, on the basis
he's in Brazil.
On the basis that after the World Cup at the end of this season, there's going to be a lot of you've got to think there'll be a lot of talent on the market, such as maybe is it Nagelsmann who manages Germany and so on.
Yeah.
I am extremely worried that we're going to basically get a kind of Ralph Ragnick situation again, where the club sack him before Christmas after 10, 15 games, and then we basically wait until the World Cup to see who we can get. Tyrone, what are your thoughts?
Obviously, earlier on, I mentioned my reservations on his style of football, but when you're looking at the landscape when it comes to managers, there's not really a direct replacement, so we're going to have to back him. We're going to have to bite our tongue, back him, let him get his players in. Because let's be honest, Ten Hag was backed, so it's only fair that we back Amorim.
Yeah. Like what to say? Like he had bad 9 months, and what to like. You need like it's a waste of money once again for us to take a manager after after 70% of the season, 80% of the season. Like, to me, there's just too rash to do. But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. Like,
do you not think that because of what happened with Ten Hag winning the FA Cup, then getting backed and then getting sacked like within 3 months or something, I think that's got to be in Ineos's mind, that they've got to commit to this manager.
Is their man, though. But Amorim's their man. That was the difference. Ten Hag wasn't their man. Amorim is the guy that they took out of the job that he was comfortable in.
Yeah, but so was my man Dan, the man Ashworth. My friend Dan was their man, and they did not like the cut of his jib, and they were quite right not to like the cut.
Yeah,
of his
because
jib.
he wanted Potter and bloody Southgate.
Yeah,
you know who I wanted Mr. B? I wanted Tuchel in, but I think his demands for Ineos might not have. They might have thought, nah, he's too much of a character. You know what I mean? He's too much.
Yeah, I mean, he was on Ratcliffe's boat.
Why are we talking about replacements for Amorim, man? Come on, man. We should be backing this guy, surely.
The thing I don't get is I understand people saying, all right, he's not good enough, get a new manager in. Give us some solutions. Like, don't be telling me you want Amorim out and not give me a name, because otherwise it's just not
Give him his players first. Give him the opportunity to prove himself. Give him the opportunity to fail. Do you know what I mean? All right. To a lot of people, 17 games is failure. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand that. But there's extenuating circumstances? Is that the word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which for me, that is Rasmus and Onana. I don't know how
they're hopeless.
Yeah, they're
but
hopeless.
With them apart, I am severely wobbly on Amorim at the moment, but more so on his system. And that's the thing, is that we don't have a lot of money, and it's not so much committing to Amorim, it's committing to that system, which is what is sticking in my throat. Because let's say we go and sign specialist left wing backs and things like that. I'm not so sure. Midfielders, strikers, number 10s, cool. Centre backs, you can sell them. Goalkeepers, you can sell them. But those wing back positions, there's not many of them around. Real Madrid might be going to a 3-back system, so they're always going to get the best in that position. Inter European Cup final, they're going to get the best. I I'm not sure about it because it makes the market so much smaller, both for buying and for
Mm.
selling. And you know, we're like, because who we got what Crystal Palace and Wolves play this
Wolves, yeah.
similar system.
Yeah.
We've got
That's
Cunha
where
now.
but that's where we get our Premier League proven players from now, from those clubs that play that system. And I don't know. What I do know is Ivor Baiko says Marco Rose. I don't know who that is. I imagine he's a German. And Canny is saying that we need 3 players in the summer and 10 games to prove himself.
We need a lot more than 3 players. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you got 3 players in, like I tell you what, Tyrone, if you had a different striker and a different goalkeeper, it is a different story on the pitch for a lot of games.
No,
and so
yeah, for sure.
So
I mean,
and Ugarte, to be honest, Casemiro, Bruno. If you get a proper midfielder, a proper striker, and a proper centre back, you might be able to see what the system can do. But at the moment, like our best number 10 is playing at number 6. The worst number 9 in living memory is at number 9, and whatever. And I mean, Anana looks like a FIFA player that has like glitched out. Like he needs to be patched.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like you can, like for example, when Klopp, was at Liverpool and they were, kind of, 6, 7, but then they just started to, I'm not sure if they even qualified for the Champions League. That's like they went and they signed Van Dijk, they signed Mo Salah, they signed 3 players that changed, I would say, everything for them. Like, of course, they signed more players after they signed Mane, they signed, other players. They spent a lot of money on them. But, those 3, 4 players, even 3, 4 players can make a change, in my opinion. Now, am I saying that this transfer window are going to change, or those 3, 4 players that are potentially coming into United are going to change everything and Amorim is all of a sudden a genius? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like 3 players, as Kanye is saying, for example, in the comments. I think that's possible, but it's really hard to pinpoint, okay, this player is going to unlock my system. This player is going to, he's perfect for the Premier League. He's going to change, everything for me. We are going to jump 10 places up the table, which is only going to put us at 7th, by the way.
This is Dora. This is basically what Arsene Wenger did as well. He came in with Anelka, Vieira, and Emmanuel Petit, and they changed everything. And then later on, Perez and Henry were added, and it feels sort of similar with Klopp, where it was when he got those 3 players in. It changed. But the thing is even without those players, you could see that the system had potential, and
there was something there.
Yeah, and it's like this season, like Yabba will tell you that the majority of our performances are down to individual mistakes, not collective errors. But the evidence is too much for me to think that those individual mistakes aren't because of the system. But as everyone knows, we have had a series of technical disasters today, and we've solved them. So I think that because it's a Friday night, I think that we're probably going to end up here, and we're going to try and be a little bit more consistent next week. But we're on new software, and we're not. I mean, we're capable men if you put us in a jungle. If you put us in the IT centre, we're getting eaten alive. We Mr. B. Do you know what I mean? I don't. I need to get people at the office to do my filing for me. I can't do anything. But Tyrone, can you type in chat so that we can mod you so that this, who is Tyrone stuff finishes. If you're new here, please leave a like, turn your notifications on and stuff. This is the quality
and leave a comment. leave a
Oh
comment.
yes, yeah. Leave a comment. That'd be great. Now we can all agree that this is an incredibly high quality show, but normally we're even higher. Like at the moment, we're taking you to Mount Everest. Normally, we're in geostationary orbit above the world. Those are the standards.
Flat Earth with Yabba, innit?
Yeah. Don't tell them that some of them haven't met Yabba yet. That's to come. Right. We're not going to do an outro. The show is just going to end. But first of all, Tyrone, do you want people to find you? Do you want to leave your links or anything?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at tside2018. Actually,
Okay.
let me double check that. Actually, it might change.
It is T-Side 2018, Tyrone.
Yeah, I had to double check it.
All right, so I'm just going to get everyone in their correct positions. It's lack a notch time. It's a lack a notch from me.
Lack a nut from me.
Lack or not.
Like or not.